Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I need urgent help right now. If there's anyone out there that can help me to raise public awareness about the abuse that I'm being put through from members of the community here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, I'd really appreciate your help. The 3 people that are joined to my unit have the ability to tamper with my air, and they are doing that 24 hours a day. There will be one of them tampering with my air at some stage, whether it's the woman downstairs sending dust through into my home through her rigged range hood that St George Community Housing has rigged. St George Community Housing has turned my home into a torture chamber, and he's hired 3 goons to try and abuse me to death. So the woman downstairs, right now, she's tampering with my air. She's heating food on a stove, but the smell of the food is absolutely sickening. She does this deliberately to torture my senses. This woman is, look, I've said before, she's just one of the cruelest individuals that I have ever had to deal with in my life. She is just relentless. She's like a killing machine. That's what this woman is. And she never stops. She's obsessed, fixated. She is a dangerous stalker. And then there's 2 others that are as well. They never stop stalking me either. There's other neighbours around here involved that just sit and watch these people torture me. They come out of their homes every now and then to feed the egos of these people and to encourage them, and then they go back inside and hide. But they're watching me illegally in my home on these cameras. So these 3 people that are joined to my home are tampering with my air. They've been doing so for over a year now. This woman downstairs is right now sending these vile cooking smells through. Last night, when I went to bed, it was around 11:30. The creep, the predator that lives in the unit downstairs from me, set off a firework underneath my window. That was to try and, what they're trying to do is cause me a stroke or a heart attack. And they're doing this because they know that I purchased cold and flu tablets yesterday, because these people know everything I do, everything I buy, everywhere I go, everything I do on my phone, they know. They've also got someone that advises them on what to do, someone who oversees this abuse. That person tells them everything. Okay, she's gone out and she's bought these cold and flu tablets for her sinuses because of this woman and what she's doing, because she's sending this dust through into my home 24 hours a day. My health is really getting worse because of that. And I had to go and buy these cold and flu tablets. So this is why they're doing this. They know that those cold and flu tablets can put my blood pressure up. So this is what they do. They amp up the abuse these people are just vultures, they are. They're just mentally disturbed vultures. And they're dangerous people because they're so desperate. So they just watch every detail of my life, and she knows that I got those tablets yesterday, so she's trying to kill me. There's no doubt about that. This woman has been trying to kill me. Go back and have a look on my channel and see what she's done. She's a hired hit woman, and so are the other neighbours that are involved in this. They're all a part of some contract where they've been hired to try and abuse me to death as a community, and it is so sick. And when the public finds out about what the people of Campbelltown have done that are involved in this, they're going to be looked at as sick and deranged people, I'm telling you. So this woman has been trying to force my death, and so has this landlord, for months now, for 20, almost 24 months. But when I moved into this unit 5.5 years ago, that was when this begun. This woman downstairs and the creep that lives next door to her, who is a known predator, him and her, they were both put there deliberately to psychologically abuse me, but I mean, it's turned physical. It's been physical abuse for over a year because of the way they're tampering with my air. These people are also watching my heartbeat. So that is what makes what they're doing attempted murder. They are deliberately premeditating their actions around my movements in my home because they're premeditating their abuse. I got up at 2:30 a.m. this morning, and this predator creep that lives diagonally to me was lurking over me in my home. These people all lurk over me through the night. This is how desperate they are. There's drugs involved with some of these people. That's another thing that makes them dangerous. So he's up at 2:30 in the morning, breathing cigarette smoke into my home to deliberately try and cause my heart to race. It's attempted murder. He knew that he had made my heart race when I first went to bed and he was lurking over me. And then at 2:30 a.m. in the morning, he thought he'd have another go at trying to take my life. And that's what this woman downstairs does. She'll stop for a couple of hours and then she must think to herself, oh, she's in too much peace. She's sitting there and no one's abusing her, because she's watching me in my home. She abuses me around my movements. This woman hunts me. And when she sees me at peace, she just must think to herself, oh no, I've got to control this. I've got to get up and I've got to do something to try and kill her. So she gets up and she either starts sending dust into my home, trying to affect my breathing. She sends it through all night. And I don't know what this dust is. It could be cancerous. This landlord, I'm telling you, when this landlord is caught, they are going to be known. They are going to be known as one of the most ruthless, cruelest dictators that ever lived. And so are these people. And then the other one that lives right next door to me, she's been doing the same thing. She's been tampering with my air. She uses the putrid smell of a house. And that's what the other woman did that lived there before her. So this is what they try and do. They know that I was so traumatised by what the person did that lived in that unit before this one. They know that. So they keep trying to repeat the trauma. They're also putting me through extreme humiliation. I have no dignity. These low-life people watch me in my bathroom. And it's all happening because of my corrupt family who have stolen my life, not just my inheritance. They've stolen my life, my entire legacy, and then they just pretended one day that I was dead. And they purposely isolate me. The Campbelltown police are involved. It's also happening because of corrupt police and corrupt people that work in the health system. And then there is the landlord, St George Community Housing, who has taken bribes to try and abuse me to death. And it's like every day that this drags on, they're trying to force my death, and I'm being put through this extreme humiliation and this torture in my home that no human being on earth should have to go through. I'm an innocent person, for God's sake. This is happening because of abusive men and women. These people, when they're caught, they're going to be caught for crimes that are equivalent to war crimes, that are equivalent to terrorism, crimes against humanity. This landlord has enabled destruction to take place in Campbelltown, New South Wales, to the environment, to the wildlife, to the mental health of people, to my physical and mental health. And for the life of me, I do not understand why this person is not in jail. Why are these people not in jail? Why? So St George Community Housing, you better do something about this woman. Because I don't know who the hell you think you are. You are not God, and you don't have any right to dictate when I die and when I don't die. So get these cameras out of my home, get these cruel abusers that are viewing into my home right now to watch me go through this cruelty, that you take money off St George Community Housing. Do something about these cameras, get them out of my home, and tell this woman and these monsters to stop abusing me, because that's what they are. These people are mentally disturbed, and that's why the police and this landlord are letting them go. They're mentally disturbed people who are absolutely desperate right now because they have done so much. So my life is in danger because this landlord is preying on my life 24 hours a day. So are these people. They have control of the air in my home, and there's absolutely no one to call for help because the Campbelltown police are watching this happen as well. They're viewing into my home illegally on these cameras. Everybody that's involved in this can see my personal phone. They know everywhere I go. When I get to the places where I'm going, they make sure that the people that work at those places are there, set up, waiting to put me through more abuse. And I don't deserve any of this. I'm a good person. I look after this home better than all of these people look after their homes put together. I'm also a good member of this community that hasn't committed any crime. So why am I being held prisoner by an organised crime ring? If there's anyone out there that can help me raise public awareness of this, please help me. I've reached out to people in the public eye that are meant to help people going through things like this. I've seen those organisations help people going through far lesser things than this. But I was totally ignored by those people. Why? Because they're involved. Some of them are in the public eye. They're known people. So that's another reason they don't want this getting out. Just because you are a cop with a badge, or just because you're a doctor and you have money, or just because you've got a name and you've got a name for yourself and you're known, that doesn't give you the right to get away with trying to abuse someone to death. I don't care less who you are. So please, if there's anyone that can help me raise public awareness of this, that's what I need to happen right now. I need these people to be arrested. I need there to be arrests made because that's going to set the example. That's going to show people like this is what's going to happen to you if you continue. These people are just so smug. They're just getting away with this because they know my family members aren't going to help me. They've stolen from me. They were involved in this whole setup. They tried to set me up for crime. So did the justice system. And now they're just trying to drag it out as long as they can to hurry up and try and kill me. That is the truth. So St George Community Housing, you better do something about these people immediately because I'm not putting up with it. You need to do something about these people. You need to tell them to stop and stop for good. This is ridiculous. If there's anyone out there that can help me get justice and put these people in jail, please contact me. My email will be in the description box of this video. If you think I'm giving up my life for low lives like you people, you better think again because my life's worth more than all of you low lives put together, okay? So leave my air alone.